Alright, so I don't even know if this is going to be part of the negativity thing, but this is just, it is giving me more fuel. Right? I ain't even intend to answer this. So, what it made me think of just now, the song clip that I just played or uploaded, right? But now I'm ready to close my eyes. Now I'm ready to lose my mind, right? With, or to close my mind, right? What he says made me think about what the counselor said to me. Counselor James, right? He's like, yeah, 80% of what our minds take in is misinformation. That's what science says, right? Science also says that cockroach milk is healthier for you than cow milk. You gonna start drinking cockroach milk now? Why are you testing cockroach milk? So many questions, right? Now, is that factual information? What if you follow the fact that, hey, cockroach milk is healthier for you than cow milk, right? This is something that I genuinely saw the post on Instagram, right? And they, I got to do the research, and it was okay, fair enough. But I'm like, somebody is sitting there researching this. Now, the way that I hear it is in the same vein. You got to understand, science doesn't know anything. It's just claiming to know until it finds out that it's wrong. Right? Just like, oh, Pluto was one of the 9 planets. Oh no, now it's just a body of ice. But it lacks, it hasn't cleaned all of the debris and it's, in its orbit. So, it's a dwarf planet now instead of just a regular planet. It's a dwarf planet, right? They've changed the information, right? So how far would you follow the science? Is my question, right? This is what he's trying to impart wisdom onto me by saying, yeah, 20% of our brain is, is taking in the truth, while, the other 80% is, just taking in misinformation. Where is it getting this misinformation from? From the world around it. It's not just making it up, right? If you delude yourself, right? This is why I bring up the cheating thing, right? You can sit there and have this right intuition. Somebody's cheating on you. You see all the telltale signs, but you delude yourself into thinking it's not happening. You focus on the 20% of the good, right? The 20%. The other 80% is misinformation. What happens is you flip yourself to where the 80% that you're considering misinformation is actually the truth. That they don't want you to trust the 80%, which is most of your intuition, right? They want, again, focus on the flowers. Not the fact that you found the text, you feel me? Not the fact that you got all the emails and all the pics and everything. Don't focus on that. Your mind is just making stuff up. I was just sending that to somebody. Somebody hacked my phone. We're gonna give you every other excuse in the book other than what you know, like what you intuitively know to be true, right? So now they've told you that, and they've gaslit you into believing I can't trust my own mind. Now, when you have an intuitive feeling, you don't trust it, right? When somebody's supposed to gaslight you properly, right? It's like I don't trust not a body. Like right, the other day I shook hands with John. You think I trust this nigga? They think it's supposed to be this Stockholm syndrome. No. 80% of my brain was like, don't trust this nigga. The 20% is just the information I don't know. Right? Because when you believe in God, if you have a healthy, logical mind, you'll have the discernment. Right? Same thing with the song that I just played. I'm like, if you listen to the lyrics, listen to what he's saying. It's like when the artist tells you, oh, I sold my soul to the devil. Ha ha ha. Think of the things that you learned, or intuitively know or feel. Right? Somebody's making the joke at you. The one that's sting the most is the one that's closer to the truth, right? And you can feel that. You can feel the difference when they're just telling like a dad joke or when they're telling just a bad joke. You can feel a difference, or when it's directed at you. There's a different feeling to each one. But there's a truth in those jokes. In each joke or in every story, there's a little bit of truth, right? Intuitively, you can feel it, but they'll try to get you. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Don't dwell on the negative part, because they were trying to hit you as hard as they could. But don't focus on the pain after you've been hit. That's what they're trying to gaslight you with. And that's the world around you. Like, don't, when you see the truth, gaslight yourself, right? It's like when I went to, again, McLeod Health, right? Oh, what did she say? You brought yourself here, right? That's the method that they want to use when they right before they gaslight you, right? When you're sitting there, this is why they give you so many advertisements for psychiatry and all of these things and therapy. You need better help than yourself. That means you already can't trust yourself. That's your brain being reversed. You believe that 80% of your actions, and maybe it's true, you can't trust because of what you've done in the past and the world that it absorbed around you. Your whatever experiences you had that it made up, that make up your mind, you don't trust it. You might know you're doing something bad to somebody, but you keep doing it and you don't know why. Like, people know why, you just haven't sat with it. This is why the whole series is focusing on the negativity. You don't want to believe yourself to be negative. So when you do something negative, you can't focus on it because, again, that delusion comes in, right? And this is what he was saying. He's like, 80% of your mind is misinformation that your brain makes up. No, that's only if you're deceiving yourself because the majority of you are fake. This is why everybody's like, oh yeah, we all put on a mask. No, you don't need a mask. I go walk outside, look the same, right? The same thing with makeup. Boom, you get the chick. She looks fine in her makeup. She takes it off. She's been wearing a mask all day so she can look prettier. Whole time you're not really pretty. If you just come out in your natural state, this is why Beyonce has the song. I woke up like this while she's dolled up. She did not wake up like that. People that was one of the comments that made me roll. I'm like, no, she did not wake up like that. Obviously, and you know that, but you still bump the song because you're even subconsciously you're absorbing this negative, this false information. Like I said, the whole concept of hiding something in plain sight. Your mind will see it. Your subconscious will see it, but they'll tell you it's something different. Oh, it's not MK Ultra. It's not gang stalking. No, like right. What did Darren Mary, whatever dude from Home Depot, the security dude. I'm gonna say he's security. I forget what he was, but he's like when I brought it up, I'm like, oh no, these people are harassing me, and I'm aware of it. He's like, don't call it harassment, right? That's what it is. What else do you want me to call it? Right? Don't trust your mind to call it what it is. Call it what we say it is. They're just making you uncomfortable. Isn't that harassment? It's like this is why I provide definitions with the words because they'll try to argue with somebody or somebody was trying to argue with me while I was trying to explain it to them. Everything we do is judgment. If you are going to therapy, you are being judged. There's no, oh, we listen, but we don't judge. No, that is bullshit. You have to judge whether I'm mentally stable or not. That is the first judgment you have to make. You taking notes on the words that I say and you can hold it against me, you are judging. That's what you go to court for. It's stand in front of who? A judge. There is no society that goes, we listen, but we don't judge. No, you have to discern whether you made a correct judgment call or not at some point in time. You can judge somebody to be beautiful. You can judge somebody to be ugly. It's your own judgment. This is why it has to be coupled with discernment. You might hold a different standard than somebody else. Doesn't mean your judgment is correct, but you are doing that. Everything that you do. If they tell you to correct your behavior, somebody judged your behavior to be incorrect at some point in time. Oh, control yourself. You can't control others, so why is there a such thing as behavioral therapy? So that they can teach you how to control you, so they can control how you control yourself. These people harass me. I slashed tires. That was my natural response. No, we don't like your natural response. You need to control yourself. Here's how we're going to tell you how to control yourself. No, I did it the right way. Just stop harassing me. You control yourself so I don't got to slash your tires. Right? You don't harass me, I don't slash tires. They go, oh no, we want to continue to harass you, but we don't want the repercussions of harassing you. This is why you're a threat to public safety. We have to find a way to control you. You need behavioral therapy. You judge my behavior and my reaction to be incorrect, right? And you're focusing on the negative. This is why I say, like, if you go to therapy, it's the most bullshit. Whether you're going to counseling, therapy, Alcoholics Anonymous, one of the first things that they tell you is like, oh, it's okay. We all have these issues, this, that, the third. It's a bunch of people going through the same thing, trying to tell each other how to. The blind leading the blind at that point. I can sit there and go, tell my therapist. She'll be so disconnected from reality if I say, your job is to be nosy, right? You're not gonna go, okay, wait, I just spoke to her on Wednesday. She didn't go, oh, okay, yeah, you called in, cool, thank you, bye. You don't have an issue, bye. She went to, what's been going on? Now I gotta tell you what I've been doing this whole time. You're being nosy. Why? If I went, I killed like 50 people, she probably call the cops on me because they gotta make a judgment on that. You can't judge if there's a good or bad, or you're supposed to be non-judgmental, but there can't be a good or bad unless you judge it to be good or bad. Should I say? See, but they try to mix up that information and reverse it, reversing the psychology in order to gangstalk you and gaslight you. And that's where the counselors, oh, your mind is making stuff up. They try to get you to believe that so that you can go to them and they can give you a solution. And Hegelian dialect. I didn't even mean to make this part of it.